Anyways, fruit of the Spirit. I'm doing the series on the fruit of the Spirit. Fruit of the Spirit today is gentleness. What do you think about gentleness, Gary? I'll read this quote first. So I looked it up. So Dane C. Ortland wrote a book, Gentle and Lowly.
Yes.
The Heart of Christ for Sinners and Sufferers.
Amazing book.
So that comes from a verse, gentle and lowly comes from the verse describing who Jesus is. And so that's what I thought about first when I thought about today's word being gentleness. I was like, oh, that reminds me of that book that Jesus is described as gentle. But then, so I was looking at some quotes from that book. So this is one quote. As long as you fix your attention on your sin, you will fail to see how you can be safe. But as long as you look to this high priest, Jesus, you will fail to see how you can be in danger. Look inside ourselves. We can anticipate only harshness from heaven. Looking out to Christ, we can anticipate only gentleness. And I was like, wow, that is incredible.
I started reading that book for the second time again recently. I mean, I grew up, I guess in this, there again, I mean, I'm not a theologian, but I grew up kind of feeling like God was very distant. I mean, didn't believe God was real when I was a kid. Just kind of was something that I was force-fed and just rebelled against it for just reasons in my own heart. But definitely had this idea of God being, not equating the two, and definitely not thinking about the personality or the character that Jesus has, right? And Dane, he does an amazing job going through scripture, showing examples of, and Jesus is God, right?
Yeah.
And that's God's heart too. And so very much counter to what I kind of grew up with. And my idea, I grew up with very much a very harsh view of God.
Yeah.
God's God is
authoritative.
Holy. Yeah, very authoritative, very angry. And like Ken Deck would say, God is angry all the time, right? And it's only because of Jesus that we're saved from that wrath. So that dichotomy I get now, but I definitely struggled with the idea that with that concept of God being gentle, I feel gentle and compassionate, slow to anger, or the verse is, but verse.
There's a Chronicles of Narnia, I think it was, has a quote, really famous quote that I haven't even read these books, but I just love the quote that Aslan asks, is the lion safe? And the lion is Christ in these books. And he said, no, he is not safe, but he is good.
Yeah. So that's where I was going to go when you asked initially, what is gentle? Like, gentle doesn't mean you're weak.
No.
Gentle doesn't mean that you're not capable of whatever. I think it more just means that you're gracious.
Yes.
And all the other fruits of the Spirit come to mind, right?
Yeah.
Patient and kind. And I think that.
Well, gentleman, right? Like you're a real gentleman is someone that like doesn't blow their top, that doesn't isn't rude to people, that is caring, that is like, and is leading and serving. I actually remember this when I started going to Central at the Promontory campus there, and every week you had to set up the chairs beforehand because there's church in the gym, and every week Pastor Jonathan's there setting up the chairs, and I'm like, why is he setting up the chairs? Like, the pastor shouldn't be setting up the chairs. He should that's not his kind of work. Like he's above that sort of idea, and they're like, no, he's pastor means servant.
He's
like,
leading.
He's leading.
Leading by example.
He's serving, and he's loving his people by doing there and doing the real work. And I was just blown away by that. Yeah. The verse in the Bible that says that Jesus is gentle and lowly is this. And Jesus said, "Come to me, all of you who are weary and carry heavy burdens, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you. Let me teach you, because I am humble and gentle at heart." So for frazzled.
Pretty frazzled.
Yeah.
One of my favorite verses.
Okay. Proverb of the week. A little bit of a different. Hey guys, if you enjoyed that episode and were blessed by it, would you be willing to support the show? That would help a lot in creating more content, improving the quality of the content, putting the production value, getting more guests on, and me being able to spend more time and energy towards it. So if you're interested in doing that, you can click up here and it'll take you to a support page. But you can also subscribe to the podcast by clicking over here and doing that. Thanks again for listening, and I'll catch you on the next one.